Hi Leo, welcome back. So Leo, this is going to be your reading. I am going to start out with the spiritual general messages and then we're going to go into the you versus them love reading. And happy birthday to any of my Leos. Happy birthday. I hope it was a good birthday season for you as it kind of comes to a close. But let's see what we've got going on for my Leos. And you have your card, the fifth house of passion. So, Leo, this is kind of right in your wheelhouse. It's all about performance, being your loving, caring, beautiful self. It's about creative expression, your passion, finding humor in things. It can be like a very childlike energy as well. It's all about being playful, having fun, getting out there, doing what feels the best to you, Leo, and allowing yourself to feel the best that you can feel. Especially for my Leos that have been going through a difficult time or maybe have had trouble like reconnecting with their inner child or their happy spirit. I feel like this may be a really auspicious time for you to be able to do just that, Leo. So let's see what else we had coming through. You have the card of ripeness, card number 9, the card of the master, and the card of conditioning. Now, why that card? Yeah. So, this is interesting, Leo. This is all about, like, things coming to fruition, divine timing. The master, to me, is like the magician in traditional tarot. So, this is saying you have all of the tools, the knowledge, the wisdom, etc., necessary to make whatever it is that you're wanting to happen. It's just about growth cycles, really, and patience. And I know patience is nobody's favorite word, but there's a cycle to everything, right, in life, a growth cycle to everything. And sometimes it's just about the timing, okay? So I feel like the timing is going to be really important. Now, some of you are kind of putting unintentional barriers maybe in the way of getting what you want, through just simply stressing about it, thinking about it too much, overthinking it. Some of you have been literally conditioned to believe that stress serves you in some way, or that, you know, or thinking stressful thoughts constantly is somehow serving you. Talking about your stress, dwelling on your stress, you know what I mean? But I feel like it's kind of easy to do that in today's society, because what do we do when we get with our friends and our family? Quite often we vent, right? You know, as opposed to people using that as an opportunity to talk about what's going well. Most of the time, you know, human nature, we talk about what's not going well, or did you hear the drama, or things we're stressing about. And, you know, when you perpetuate that type of dialogue on a continual basis, and we live in a law of attraction universe, which means you get what you think about, what you talk about, then you're kind of perpetuating the cycle in that. And maybe, you know, attracting things into your life, or things not feeling as enjoyable as they could be if you stopped that behavior, or stopped that habit, or that need to hyperfixate on the things that are stressing you out, okay? So first and foremost, I want to say, you know, the best thing you could do for your emotional well-being, but also your physical well-being, is that when you start to feel that sense of stress in your body, ask yourself, what am I thinking about right now? Because whatever I'm thinking about or whatever I'm talking about right now, my inner being does not agree with that, and hence the distension I'm feeling, you know, the tension that I'm feeling in my body. Anytime you deviate from alignment or what your higher self knows to be true, you feel that tug, you feel that change in your emotion. And if you could stop yourself in the early stages and say, what am I thinking about? And then either cease the thought by thinking about another topic, and or change the perception of the thought and situation to something that feels better, you can alleviate a lot of that tension and stress in your mind, in your body, but also eventually in your life. There'll be less and less stressful manifestations for you to focus upon, because you're just simply not entertaining it in your brain anymore. You know, and this is how we kind of move into being in alignment more often, which is going to feel more playful, more happy, more good, right? Who doesn't want to feel better more often, Leo? You know what I mean? So let's see what else we've got coming through here for you, Leo. What else for my Leos? Let's see what else for my Leos. What does Leo need to know? The Magician. The Five of Wands. The Six of Swords. And the King of Pentacles. So you have the Magician out twice here, Leo. Two cards talking about manifestations, making things happen, being the alchemist of your life. But what's interesting is it's next to the Five of Wands, which is tension, conflict, quite literally, exactly what I was just talking about. So some of you, you're unintentionally possibly causing more stress in your life than is necessary because of your thoughts, because of your patterned thoughts, the way that you're thinking about something. I don't feel anybody ever intends to manifest anything negative into their life, but I feel like a lot of people also don't pay attention to their body and their thoughts and what they've got going in their internal chemical factory, so it's always good to keep yourself in check once in a while and ask yourself, how do I feel right now? How is this making me feel? Should I move away from this topic? Again, because some of you, might be feeling that stress, and that's your indicator. Now, what's good news is the Six of Swords is here, which the Six of Swords is kind of moving past something, moving into a more solution-oriented energy. So I feel like you are possibly moving past this, or finally moving past something that you felt at odds about or had a lot of stress around, and going into this period, Leo, where you're feeling more confident, more comfortable in your own skin, that you can be yourself and feel like, good about yourself. Quite honestly, some of you have struggled with just not feeling good in general, but some of you not feeling good about self, which is never gonna feel good, right? When we beat up on ourselves, our source, our higher self, our God, whatever you want to call it, is never gonna agree with that, is never gonna see you as less than. So that's why it hurts when you think those thoughts about yourself that are negative in nature. You are literally creating that because you are thinking thoughts that are not in alignment with how your higher self and spirit sees you. So, the Hangman, the King of Wands. What else for Leo? The Three of Pentacles. And the Knight of Wands. So this is literally doing exactly what I was just talking about. This is changing perspectives, changing your opinion on things, soothing your energy here. This is the card of enlightenment. So I also feel like there may be some clarity, some truth, some enlightenment coming through that is helping to resolve something within you, Leo, or within your experience. And this is kind of you at your best, the King of Wands. This is confidence. This is maturity. This is, going above and beyond as well. And this could be within the work environment, within the family environment. I feel like, Leo, you can produce so many positive results as a leader because you're a natural leader when you're in your highest elevation. And that's really when you're at your best. So I honestly feel, you kind of coming into this space and time where you're feeling at your best or being at your best, and you're getting some sort of positive results or positive outcome out of this. The Knight of Wands is here, talking about action, right? Taking action on your goals, taking action on the things that maybe you've set aside or put on the back burner. If there's been again, stress here or a struggle preventing you from moving past something, I feel that also dissipating in the energy. So let's see what else. What else does Leo need to know? The World card, the Wheel, and the Five of Swords. Ooh, why the Five of Swords, the Emperor. Don't be your own worst enemy, Leo. Sometimes the Five of Swords to me is areas of our life or areas of ourself that we self-sabotage. And again, I don't feel like anybody intentionally self-sabotages themselves, right? Usually it's done unintentionally through our insecurities, our own misunderstandings of ourself or how life works, or, you know, we know now what we do sometimes. So, but I feel like, you know, this is a time to really be proud of yourself, Leo, and to not go back into the trenches here, because the wheel and the world together to me is a very fortunate energy. Again, it's about karma, it's about divine timing, it's about completions. Sometimes I could talk about, you know, conquering a lesson or a cyclic behavior we have in our life. But sometimes patterns are hard to break, right? And there's a chance here, Leo, that you may fall back into old patterning in the emotional space that just disempowers you, but it's also coming from a place of disempowerment. I have a song coming through. He says, "Let me go put my fake face on." I think it's NF. Yeah, it's that song where they say, "It's like I'm on the edge right now. I'm sorry that I let you down. Let you down." Let You Down by NF. So I don't know if you feel a sense of being let down, or that you've let someone else down, or you've let yourself down. But Leo, that doesn't serve you to be in that energy. You know, and I just told you all of the reasons why, but for some reason, as opposed to like soothing this energy, I feel like you're putting on a front or a fake face or a facade. And I'm not saying you're fake, no way. Leo, you're too blunt to be fake. But I'm saying, like, you know, when you act like something's not bothering you, but you're bothered. You acted unbothered, but you bothered. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even care, but you be caring. You know what I mean? Like that type of vibe or energy. I feel it's coming from you. But again, it's a general read, so this could also be, you know, from somebody in your environment. So they just want you to be honest with yourself, though, Leo, and sometimes that's not always pretty, but I feel like you're on the up and up here. So if you do have a step backwards, quote unquote, we're never truly going backwards. We're always growing and evolving and moving forward. But if it feels that way, it will be a temporary setback. I want to say that. It will be a temporary setback. And then I feel you getting right back up on your horse here, Leo, and then getting another opportunity or another chance, right, to try again, to go at something again, to give it your all, but not from a place of stress and anxiety or a sense of inferiority, but from a place of empowerment, joy, and playful humor, creativity. I'm telling you, I think that people really underestimate the power of a good laugh and a humor. But that is one of the quickest ways to get back into alignment, you know? And I don't know many Leos that don't have a good sense of humor. Almost every Leo I know is a pretty funny, a hoot, you know? So it's like reconnecting with that part of you, Leo, with the sun at the bottom of the deck. So let's see what the guidance has to say, and then we are going to go to the love reading and see what else does Leo need to know. Card number 52, feeling negative emotion means I am launching request. As more people observe hardship and strike a tense, resistant pose, and therefore disallow their own well-being, others use them as their reason to do the same. And in a very short time, a very negative pattern of resistance can sweep through your population. The good news in this scenario is that in every moment that every person is feeling a negative emotion, vibrational requests for more abundance and positivity are launched and those requests are heard clearly and responded to immediately by your source. Interesting. Card number 52. So, wow, Leo. Whew, let's go to the you versus them reading and dig a little bit further. Stay right there. I'll be right back. Welcome back. All right, now we're going to go into the you versus them reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with, Leo. Keep in mind it is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and let's get into it. So you have your crowning energy came out as the card of transformation and change. And this person has the card of the outsider. So quite literally, Leo, you may be going through some transformations and changes during this time period. And to me, the card of the outsider reminds me of the Five of Pentacles, which is kind of like this feeling a lack type of energy, like a lack mentality, or just quite literally feeling left out in the cold. So that could be going on in this person's energy. But let's see, we're going to look at most recent past, and then we are going to look at how you both think and feel about each other in the now. And then most likely outcomes. So, Leo, recent past energy. The Lovers. Justice. And the Three of Wands. So, Leo, there might have been some things that you were weighing out when it came to the connection or when it came to this person. And thinking also about your future and where things are headed and where you're headed, and maybe trying to make sense of it all, and at the same time not making too much sense at all. I don't know. I feel like there's a sense of common ground here, or a common goal between you and this person, or at least in the past that seems to be the case. So it seems pretty clear, cut and dry over here. Let's see your person's energy in the recent past. Some of you may have been trying to find peace or balance as well within the connection or within yourself. Yeah, they have the Five of Pentacles twice. This person's been struggling, but I feel this is like in isolation, or this is like when they're alone. I'm not sure if you're aware of this or not. You know, they've been battling like with their own thoughts about the connection or life, or just like things in general. They've really had a difficult time being able to see the positive, or to see the, you know, silver lining in a situation. And so it's created like this sense of misunderstanding, okay? And I'm not sure if it's them misunderstanding or you, or just they just feel misunderstood in general, but that's kind of what's coming up here. So let's look at the now. How do you perceive this person in the now, Leo? How do you think of this person? Ooh. I make that face every time that damn Seven of Swords comes out. I apologize. That's my most disliked card. Why? Why? Well, you don't trust this person, that's for sure. Oh, they made you question. Ooh, that's deep. They made you question your trust, or I don't know how to. Am I having a stroke right now? Stop it. I don't know how to put this. I feel like there is a sense of mistrust here, but I also feel a sense of being mishandled, like the situation being mishandled, or you feeling that you were mishandled, and it creating trust issues where maybe there wasn't trust issues. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's something about this connection that caused you, Leo, to feel guarded and to kind of go into a more critical or judgmental state of mind, right? Which often happens when we feel like we are on the defense, or when we feel we have been deceived. I mean, just to be like super blunt, when it comes to how you think about this person, it's definitely not in the best of ways. I feel like it makes you guarded, makes you tense, makes you feel judged, makes you feel alone, makes you feel broke. I mean, I don't know. Broken. I don't feel this broke you though, Leo. And then I heard beggars can't be choosers. What the hell? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see this person. How are they viewing you, Leo? Queen of Cups, the Five of Wands, the Five of Cups, and the Three of Cups. So, wow, this person definitely has some struggles going on, and this is internal again. And I don't know if you know about it or not. Some of you are aware, some of you aren't. But this person battles with depression, or like the sense of they have some sort of emotional, mental battle going on. Okay. I don't want to like sit here and diagnose people, but you get the drift of what I'm saying. And I feel a sense of depression, or at least in the moment. Okay. I feel like this person has tried really hard to move away from that, or to let something go, you know, but it could have been really difficult for them. Now, since this is showing up in how they perceive you, Leo, if this connection or you were adding a sense of stress into their life emotionally because where they were already at, that may have actually pushed this person away and or caused them to go into a space of like giving up. But really, they weren't really giving up so much as needing support or a sense of emotional support in their life. And yet, they weren't being supportive. You know what I mean? Like, we often want what we're not giving, and the reason we want it is because we're not letting it flow in ourselves. We're not giving it. I should repeat that again. We often want from others what we ourselves are not capable of giving to ourselves in that moment. Think about it. Anytime you need compassion or comforting from another person, it's because you yourself are not in a space to comfort yourself. You're in a space of the lack of that, right? So it's a weird thing because we want other people to make us feel better, and yet at the end of the day, they can only temporarily affect that. And then if we don't find a way to make ourselves feel better, we end up actually becoming a drag on other people's energy. Some might call that like siphoning other people's energy. What do they call that when you do that for too long of a time? You know what I mean? Like an emotional vampire, and not even intentionally doing that. But everybody gets sad, and that's fine. But staying sad for a long time, that gets depressing, and it actually turns into depression. And then people stop wanting to be there for you after such a long time because it drains them. So you got to learn how to fill up your own reservoir. You got to learn to fill up your own cup. You know, otherwise you are going to end up alone. Ugh, this is a deep reading. Sorry. So I'm talking to your person, but if it's resonating also with you, like take it if it's resonating. But let's go into the heart space. How do they feel? How do you feel about this person in your heart? Your heart of hearts. The Tower, the Moon, shaken up emotionally. Surprised. But not really. There's a very disruptive energy showing up in the emotional space that I think you try to keep a lid on, or you try to keep at a distance from. Some of you are trying to keep at a distance from your own emotions. Some of you, it's actually from this person, or there could be distance between the two of you. It's a bit of an emotional chaos, almost. It's actually giving me a headache, not gonna lie. Why the Knight of Swords in the heart space? The Knight of Swords to me is a very fast, but not well thought out, blunt energy. And then the Ace of Swords. So in your heart of heart, I do feel like there is a truth that you want to tell this person, or you want truth out of this person. Some of you just simply want to have a conversation or communicate about the truth. Like getting to the heart of a matter seems to be very important, or getting to the truth of a matter. It's almost like trying to make sense out of something that makes no sense. You know, and I was just talking about this, and I don't know, maybe Virgo's reading. It's either Virgo or Libra. It might have been Libra. But I was saying, like, you know, when things don't make sense or don't add up in a person's story, there's a reason. You know what I mean? Like, there's either an omission somewhere along that line or a downright lie. Like, I feel like intuitively, we all know when something lines up and it makes sense and when it doesn't. You know what I mean? So I feel like you want things to just make sense. Like, help me make this make sense. Let's see what's going on in their heart space, Leo. The Moon. The Sun, the Six of Pentacles, King of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. So in this person's heart space, Leo, there's that sense of overwhelming emotions, right? But it's paired next to the Sun card. So I feel like there's a kind of a night and day type of experience going on with this person, because the Sun is kind of the opposite of the Moon. It's very playful, it's very open, charismatic, honest energy, and the Moon is kind of secretive, intuitive, hidden energy. So, you know, it could also be that this person has a very happy a very happy exterior, my goodness, but internally, you know, I don't want to say dark, but different. Because it seems like, to me, this is like very happy-go-lucky energy and just open and generous and willing to go along with the fun and go along with the party. And I'm not saying that they aren't really like that. They are. But then they feel things on a deep level, though. And internally, things feel more serious than what they're giving off on the exterior. But I feel a lot of passion in this person's energy, and I feel like once they're deeply passionate about a connection or whatever they're focused on, they want to give their all to it, or will give their all to it. So where is this headed then? Where is this headed? Let's take a snapshot. Future energy, next steps, based on free will, of course. Most likely outcome. The Chariot, the Page of Wands, ooh, Temperance. So I feel, remember in the spiritual reading I was saying, like, there's like a setback, but it's a temporary setback. It's a slight setback. I kind of feel that here as well, because this is like fast movement forward, things progressing, you know, moving past things into what? A new beginning, new inspiration, and then what? You know, just like feeling more at balance with your emotions, feeling more at balance in the connection or with how you're feeling. Some of you, it is definitely moving towards being in a more loving space, a more open space, a more balanced space. And some of this energy up here is pretty tough, right, Leo? And it may not be even in regards to this person that you're feeling more love and happiness. But for some of you, yes, there could be a change here in the connection. But take it as it's resonating. I feel for you, though, you're going into a better feeling space, just like in general. And that is helping to transform quite literally everything. Because I think people think, if I have a problem and I don't fixate on that problem, and I move my attention to something that is not a problem and maybe makes me happy, then this problem won't get fixed over here. We think that when we give attention to a problem, it creates a solution. And in essence, yes, it does. But then you have to become a match to the solution in order for it to manifest. And you cannot become a match to the solution while you're still looking at the problem. So how do you become a match to a solution? You got to find a way to feel good anyways. You got to focus elsewhere. You got to let the energy flow. And then as you look at that improvement over here, everything else will begin to improve along with it. It is law. It is law of attraction. So Leo, take that to the bank and test that out. Let's see this person's most likely outcome. The Devil, Justice, Star card. Yeah, this person definitely has some inner demons or shadow, or their shadow self that they struggle with. I feel like they struggle with it alone. There's the Seven of Swords. Goodness gracious. And it feels like to me like they have a problem telling the truth. But what I really mean by that is telling the truth about how they feel. And I want to even go more detailed than that. They have the truth. They have trouble admitting the truth of how they feel to themselves. To themselves. It's not even just about other people, but you cannot also express yourself authentically when you are also in denial of some part of yourself. You get what I mean? So like sometimes the after effect of that comes out as being inauthentic. And I don't think it's intentional, right? I feel like this person feels an emotion and then they don't really trust it. Or really they maybe don't know what to think about that, right? Or maybe they don't want to open up about that. And so they put the kibosh on it. It's not kibosh. It's all these weird. They hide it. They hide it. Now, this person is trying to achieve balance, hope, faith, healing, you know, so I feel there is a good effort here. It's the Seven of Swords. But you know, their anxiety or their stress keeps getting in the way from them fully feeling connected, from them feeling as good as they can feel, and it's actually putting barriers in between them and your connection as well. And I don't feel it's intentional. I think it's all through the mind. I think it is something that is either being suppressed or not dealt with in the best ways. But I feel like in due time, you know, everybody comes around, Leo. I feel like this person will come around. They're being called by their source to their highest good, to their highest healing. They're just needing to find that balance. And also to find that bravery almost to be honest with how they feel. So let's see what the guidance is for Leo and their person. What is the guidance? Card number 21. A belief is only a thought I keep thinking. A belief is only a thought you keep thinking. A belief is only a thought you continue to think. A belief is only your habit of thought. It is only a practiced thought. A belief is only a thought you think a lot. So if a belief is only a thought that you keep thinking, and you keep thinking a thought that is in opposition to what you want, then the reason you're not getting what you want is because you keep thinking a thought that is opposing what you want. Pay attention. That's good advice. Card number 21. Wow. All right, we're going to leave it there for now, Leo. Interesting reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Zodiac signs you may be connecting with or having your own chart. I have Sagittarius, Aries, Cancer, Scorpio here, Pisces, Libra, Gemini, Libra again, Gemini again, Aquarius, Libra again, Capricorn, Pisces, Leo. Yep, and those are the predominant signs I'm seeing, but keep in mind it is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content. You can find me on Facebook as well for more fun stuff. Tarot Time with Dana is the name of all my social media platforms. You can find them linked below as well as in the About section. Otherwise, I'm wishing you the very, very best, Leo, and until next time, my friends, namaste.